Hello students. Today we are going to see that Unit 11 Mathematical Applications in Business. Especially this is for social science students. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to compare quantities in terms of ratio. Calculate the rate of increase and the rate of decrease in price of commodities in terms. We can solve problems on proportional variations in business. Find the required percentage of certain given amount. Compute problems on percentage increase or percentage decrease. Calculate payment by installment for a given simple interest arrangement. Calculate compound interest of a certain amount investment for a given period of time. So we'll see here also what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Apply the formulas for compound interest to evaluate some values of business. We have some definitions. What is the meaning of ratio? Ratio is a comparison of two or more quantities expressed in the same unit of measurement, meter to meter, centimeter to centimeter, kilometer to kilometer, or burr to burr. The ratio is a comparison of two or more quantities expressed in the same unit of measurement. When I take that, the ratio of A to B is expressed in this notation, or which means that A divided by B, or we can write as A over B for the denominator B different from 0. And the numbers A and B are called the terms of the ratio, terms of the given ratio. The value in ratio is usually expressed in simplest form. A to B, when I say, we have to give our answer in simplest form. The other, what is the rate? Rate is a comparison of two or more quantities expressed in different units. Distance can be measured in kilometers. How long it takes time, kilometer in hour, or number of products in a certain factory, how long it takes. That can be measured. Rate of change, when you say, it is amount of change over original amount. We are taking the ratios of the two. Amount of change, when you say, it is final amount minus original amount, must be divided by the original amount. What is that? A proportion. A proportion is a statement of equality between two ratios. We can compare two ratios, they are equal. A to B is equal to C to D. So proportionality is a statement equality of two ratios it comes. In a proportion, A to B is equal to C to D. We are discussing about equality. We have four terms here, A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D are called terms of the proportion. Terms of the proportion. And we can take that, the first and the last. The first one, A, and the last one, D, are called extreme values of the ratio, proportion. Whereas the two middle values, B and C, are called the mean values of the proportion. The first and the last terms, A and D, are called the extremes. The second and the third terms, B and C, are called the means. That is, B and C are the means. The first and the last, we call them, you have the extreme values. And we can represent A to B is equal to C to D, which means you have A over B is equal to C over D. When I cross multiply it, A times D is equal to B times C. That means the product of the extremes is equal to the product of the mean values. A compound proposition is the situation in which one variable quantity depends on two or more variable quantities. One variable depends upon the other two or more variables. Say, if I say z is equal to x times y, z is a variable which depends upon x and y. And here, z will be large when x and y also becomes larger. So z is directly proportional to x, and also it is directly proportional to y. If I take another ratio, z is equal to kx over y, z is directly proportional to x, whereas z is inversely proportional to y. So I can write that z is directly proportional to x and z is inversely proportional to 1 over y. And as y increases, z decreases. When y decreases, the variable z, it increases. How percentage? Percentage is a fraction out of 100. The numerator, when a fraction is expressed out of 100, say 3 over 100, 3 said to be a percentage of a given value. Per 100 it will be. Percentage can be expressed as the product of the two base times rate. When you are discussing about some items, when you are buying, you may have a discount. That means by negotiation, you will decrease the price. Discount it is rate times P. It will be usually discount. It was expressed in terms of percentage, 5% discount, 10% discount when you are looking at in a whole holidays, where P is the original price of an item and R is the percent of discount it will be. Discount sales price, when I say it is the final price that you have bought by negotiation, original price minus the discount, the difference between the two, we call that discount sale price. So P minus R at P it comes. You will have P the principal, the original price, multiplied by 1 minus the rate of discount it will be. Markup. Markup, it is selling price minus cost price. It may be profit or loss. If the selling price is greater than the cost price, it will be profit. If the selling price is less than the cost price, it will be loss. So markup, it is the difference between selling price and cost price. And markup percent, how much percent it was increased or decreased. We can discuss markup in terms of selling price or in terms of cost price. Markup over, you have selling price times 100% in terms of the selling price, I can express. Or else in terms of cost price, markup over cost multiplied by 100%, it gives a value. Simple interest. Simple interest. You may take that a certain amount over from somebody, unless he is your relative, he will charge you. What is that charge? We call it a simple interest. PRT. Interest depends upon 3 values. The amount over that you have taken P, your agreement to pay rate, 5%, 3%, 10%, T for how long you are using that amount. The product of the 3, it gives that simple interest it will be. And the future value of a simple interest, it is amount is equal to principal plus interest it comes. The sum of those it gives the future value. How much you have taken? After you use, you have to be able to be charged. So that charge, it is interest. Principal plus interest, it gives amount, future value for that one. The other, you have P plus PRT. We have a common factor P, the amount over that you have taken principal, what you call it, multiplied by 1 plus RT, it will be. So A, the future value, amount. P, the principal, the amount over that you have taken. R, the simple interest rate, it will be the simple interest. You have T, the time in year, it will be for how long you are using it. So here what it says, when you are taking a certain amount over, if you have used for a long time, you will be charged more, it will be. So one method of investing a certain amount over, we call it that simple interest. The other one, compound interest. What is the difference between simple interest and compound interest? Simple interest, if I take 1,000 birr from somebody with 10% rate, after a year, how much birr I will pay? The amount of birr that I took, 1,000 birr, times the rate 10% will be equal to 100 birr it will be. That is the interest. 1,000 times 10%. If I use for 2 years, 2 times 100, 200. If I use for 5 years, 5 times 100, it will be 500. So every year, I will add the same amount of birr. But when you are coming to compound interest, the interest by itself, it gives another interest for the next 6 years because there is change of principal. There will be change of principal. And for that one, we can derive a formula. Amount with compound interest is equal to P, the amount of birr that you have taken principal, multiplied by 1 plus R over N, the raised to N10. What is that? A, the amount future value. P, the same thing as the previous, principal or present value of it will be in. R, annual or nominal rate. You have an agreement, how much percent you are paying, 10%, 5% in a year. And if you have a problem, the interest can be calculated annually, that means 1 in a year, semi-annually, twice in a year, quarterly, every 3 months, that means 4 times in a year, or monthly, depending on your problem. Then the person who gives that amount of birr will charge you that with different number of times. So, and when I say it is the number of times that you are paying interest for that year, it will be time in years it will be. And N is the number of conversion periods per year it will be. By the way, time always will be expressed in terms of year. In terms of year it will be. N, the number of times that you are paying interest or will be charged yearly. If you have agreed to pay interest annually, N will be equal to 1. If you have agreed to pay interest twice in a year, that means N is equal to 2 every semi-annually, which means every 6 months will be charged. If you have agreed to pay interest monthly, in a year we have 12 months. So N will be equal to 12, which will be. I think these are some things should be remembered or what you have to see in this unit. Then if you take that activities, out of 60 students in a class, 20 are boys. What is A? The ratio of boys to girls. Boys to girls. B, the ratio of boys to the students in a class. We are given 60 students in a class, of which 20 are boys. The rest are girls. So what is the ratio of boys to girls? When you say, take the first one. If there are 60 students and 20 are boys, then the number of girls to be 14. Then what you have? The ratio of boys to girls, part to part. 20 to 40 it comes. This is the ratio. Ratios are expressed in simplest form. Divide both sides by 20, 1 to 2. Part to part we call that. So the ratio of boys to girls in that class it will be 1 to 2. When are coming to boys to total number of students, you have number of boys 20 to total number of students 16. So this is the ratio, but not in simplest form. We can divide both sides by 20, 1 to 3. So this ratio, it is part to 2 whole it will be. The first part to part it will be. Take the second equation. Suppose the number of students and the teachers in a given school are 3,975. What is the ratio of teachers to students? Definitely, number of students and number of teachers cannot be equal. So here, number of students in a school, it was 3,900, and number of teachers, it was 75. So what is the ratio of teachers to students when you say? We have to take teachers to students. Number of teachers, 75. Number of students in the school, it was 3,900. So this is the ratio. When I simplify this one, divide both sides by 75, you will have 1 to 52. So what does it mean? A teacher, at least he is managing 52 students in the class. An average of 52 students, it says. So number of teachers to number of students, you have 75 to 3,900. When this one is simplified, you will get a value to be 1 to 52 it will be. So a teacher manages an average of 52 students. The following table gives the number of teachers in a given school according to their qualification level and their sex. So let's see the table. We are given here male and female, their qualification, diploma holders and degree holders. In that school, there are 26 male diploma holders and 46 degree holder teachers. In the same school, there are 16 female teachers with diploma and 12 female teachers with degree holder. So how many male teachers are there in the school when you say diploma holders plus degree holders? 26 plus 46, it gives 72. How many female teachers are there in that school? From this table I can understand. There are 16 female teachers with diploma and 12 female teachers with degree. 16 plus 12 to be equal to 28. So in that school, there are 72 male teachers and 28 female teachers. How many teachers are there totally? 72 plus 28, it gives 100. Or else in terms of qualification, 42 of the teachers are diploma holders and the rest 58 of them are degree holders. 42 with diploma plus 58 with degree, it gives total number of teachers in that school. It will be. Then what you are asked, what is the ratio of female diploma holders to the number of teachers in the school? So how many female diploma holders are there? Along the female row, you have 16 of them are female with diploma. To the number of teachers in the school. In the school campus, there are 100 teachers. So what is the ratio of female diploma holders to total number of teachers in that school? So this could be written. B, what is the ratio of diploma holders to degree holders in the school? Diploma holders to degree holders. How? There are 42 teachers with diploma and 58 teachers with degree. It will be. What is the ratio of the two? This gives that part to part. The first one, female diploma holders to total number of teachers. It gives part to whole it will be. So this could be calculated as follows. Female diploma holders to teachers, when you say female 16, total to be 100. This is the ratio. Divide both sides by 4. You have 4 to 25 it will be. Second one, diploma holders to degree holders, part to part. So there are 42 teachers with diploma and 58 teachers in that school with degree. Where 42 to 58, it is a ratio. When it is expressed in simplest form, you will have 21 to 29 it will be. Take the next one. If a profit of 90,560 is to be divided between four partners in the ratio of 3 to 2, 1 to 6, how much should each receive? So 4 partners, they are working together. They got a total profit of 19,560. But they are going to divide that profit in this ratio, not equally. Why? The more the fourth person will get, the more amount. The third person will get the least amount. That may depend upon their contribution or their how much they have contributed in that business, or the activity which are participating in that partnership also it will be. When you are coming to divide this 19,560 first into how many equal parts should be divided? The sum of the parts. The first person will take 3 parts, second 2 parts, third 1, fourth 6 parts. So we should be able to divide that profit into 12 equal parts. So each single part, how much is that? Since the total profit is 19,560, that must be divided by total 12. You will get a minimum 1,630 birr it will be. 1,630 birr it is single part. Each person share it will be 1 part, 1,630. Then if you want to divide this 90,600 into 4 parts, you have to multiply this single part 1,630 by these numbers it will be. To allocate their share, multiply each term of the ratio by the value of the single part. So the first person will take that 3 out times 1,630. When you multiply it, we'll have birr 4,890. It is the first person's share. Second one, he must take two parts. 2 times the single part, 1,630. You will have a value 3,616. The third one, he must take only one part. 1 times 1,630, it will be birr 1,630 it comes. The last person, that means the person will get maximum 6 times birr 1,630. When I are multiplying, you will have this amount. Unless you made a mistake, when these values are added up, it must be exactly equal to 19,516. So add up here, you will have a value to be 0, 0. If you want to add up, you have here also to be 0. 9 plus 6, 15. 15 plus 3, 18. 18 plus 8, 26. We have 2. 2 plus 8, 10. 12, 18. 18 plus 7, you have 25. 2, 6, 10, 19 it comes. So we have divided the given profit properly, and each person has got this much amount of birr it will be. So we can divide a certain amount of birr, their profit, in the according to a given ratio it will be. The other, the distance from Addis Ababa to Adama is 100 kilometers. Ahmed traveled by minibus from Addis Ababa to Adama early in the morning, and it took him 1 hour and 20 minutes. What is the rate of speed? The rate of speed of this journey. What it says? You have Addis Ababa somewhere here. You have Adama somewhere here. The distance between the two, it was equal to 100 kilometers. Distance it was measured in terms of kilometers. When he is using minibus, he take, this is the distance. The time taken t to be equal to 1 hour and 20 minutes it comes. So we have different units. This is what you call is that rate. So the distance it was 100 kilometers. Time taken it is 1 hour and 20 minutes, which means that 20 minutes means you have 20 over 16. This gives a value to be 1 and 1 over 3 hours. So what is the rate of speed when you say? We know distance is equal to speed times time. You can solve for the speed. Speed is equal to the distance covered divided by the time taken. So what is the distance? The distance it was given to be 100 kilometers. That must be divided by the time. 1 and 1/3, which is equal to 4 over 3 hours it will be. So we are taking the ratios of two units, different quantities having different units. 100 kilometers to 4 over 3 hours. So what is the speed when you say? We are given that time taken 1 and 20 over 60 hours, which is equal to 1 over 1/3 hours when it was simplified. Rate of speed of his journey, distance to time it will be. And you will have the distance 100 kilometers to the time taken 1 and 1/3 hour. You will have 100 kilometers to 4 over 3. When I multiply both sides by 3, 300 kilometers to 4 hours. So we have got a value, 300 kilometers over 4 hours. When this one is simplified, you will have 75 kilometers it will be. 75 kilometers per hour it comes. So if the distance between Addis Ababa and Adama is 100 kilometers, and using minibus, if you take 1 and 1/3 hour, then the speed per hour it will be 75 kilometers per hour it will be. So this is what you call is that ratio. The other one, 5 tire repairs are working in a group and fixed 210 tires in a given day of the week. What is the rate of tires fixed per person? So a group of people were repairing tires, and in a certain week they have done 210 tires are repaired, but how many were involved? 5 workers were involved. So per person, how many tires were repaired? So this could be calculated. Total number of tires fixed, 210. Number of workers involved, 5. So you have to take the rate of tires fixed per person would be total number of tires repaired, 210, to the number of workers who have involved. When this one is simplified, you will get 42 to 1. So what does it mean? A person can repair at least 42, an average of 42 tires in that group it will be. 42 to 1 it will be. So 42 tires are fixed per person it will be. When you are taking the next one also, in a class of 50 students, 5 from them were absent in a given day. What percent of the class was absent? Number of absentees can be expressed in terms of percent. That is out of 100. So we are given here per percent of absentee, it will be number of absent students to be divided by total number of students in the class. Percent of absentee could be expressed number of absent over number of students. But here this should be multiplied by 100 because we are expected to give our answer out of 100. When you take number of absentee, it was 5. Number of students in the class, it was 15. So we have a value to be 5 over 50. But this is a fraction which is not expressed in terms of percent. So to get it in terms of percent, we have to multiply this one by 1, which is 100% or 100 over 100. This gives a value to be equal to 5 over 100 multiplied by 100 multiplied by 1 over 100. But 1 over 100 means percent. So this could be simplified. This will be cancelled. You have a value to be equal to 50. By 50 you have 20. 2. You have a value 5 times 2 to be equal to 10 it comes. So 5 over 50, it is the ratio of number of absent to number of students. When I multiply it by 100%, you are changing the given value into percentage it will be. So this means shortly 100 over 100, which is 5 over 100 times 100 multiplied by 1 over 100. But 1 over 100, as we have defined before, it is percent. So when this one is simplified, 10% of the students were absent in that day it will be. Take another one. Express each of the following fractions as a percentage out of 100. 4 over 5. Say, for example, somebody has got 4 marks out of 5. How much percent does it mean? He has got 61 over 50, 17 over 200. What are the fractional? For these are fractions. When I express it in terms of percentage, the denominators must be out of 100. This could be written as, if you take, for example, 4 over 5. 4 over 5, when I express in decimal form, 0.8. Multiply this value by 100%. So 0.8 times 100, it gives 80. The student has scored 80% if you are interpreting in terms of marks. When you are coming 61 over 50, the decimal form of 61 over 50 it is 1.22. Multiplied by 100%, you will have 122%. 122%. When you are coming to the third, 17 over 200. 17 over 200 means you have 0.085 multiplied by 100%. So you will get a value to be equal to 8.5%. Or else, this could be written that 17 over 200 means, which was equal to 17 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 100 it comes. So 17 over 2 which is 8.5. 1 over 100 it was equal to percent it comes. So you will have the same result. So a number, when it is multiplied by 100%, you will get a value. That value we call is that percentage of a given number it will mean. What is the total amount whose 15% is 240? Whose 15% is 240? So to find the solution, there is unknown number x. When I take 15% of that, I got a result to be 240. What was that number? 15% of a number x is equal to 240. This means 15 over 100x is equal to 240. So multiply both sides. 15x is equal to, when I cross multiply 24,000, divide both sides by 15, 24,000 divided by 15. It gives a value to be equal to 1,600. So 1,600 it is the value whose 15% it was 240. Take the other exercise also. A pair of shoes costs bir 110 and sells for bir 155. Find the markup, which means profit, and markup percent based on the retail selling price. So this could be calculated. Markup, selling price minus cost price. 155 minus 110. It gives a difference. 45. This markup profit. Then markup percent 20 say. The markup, the profit divided by the selling price. We are asked to calculate it in terms of selling price. Multiplied by 100%. You go to a value to be equal to 45 over 155 times 100%. You will get this value. You have a number 29.03%. It is the profit gained by selling that shoe will be in markup percent. The Nevech wanted to buy an electric stove priced at bir 2,500 and agreed to pay bir 700 initially. At the beginning, she wanted to pay 700 bir, and the remaining amount to be equally paid monthly on simple interest rate of 13% per year in 9 months. She wanted to pay the remaining amount within 9 months. What is the monthly payment she has to pay? She has to do. How much bir she must pay monthly? So first, she wanted to buy the electric stove. The price of the electric stove, it was 2,500. But she was able to pay first 700 bir at the beginning. So 2,500 minus 700, were 1,800. So this is the remaining amount. So she is negotiating with the seller. What it says, let me pay the remaining amount with simple interest rate. Let me pay 13%. And let me pay and complete within 9 months. So first, the seller will get an advantage. He is going to charge her from the remaining 1,800 13% rate. How much is that? He is going to complete paying with 9 months. That means 9 over 12 years. What is the interest? Simple interest, PRT. The remaining amount 1,800 times 13% multiplied by the year. 9 over 12 years. When this one is simplified, you will get 175 bir and 50 cents. So the seller has got advantage. When he give time 9 months to pay, he is getting indirectly 175 bir and 50 cents. So he is expecting at the end of 9 months, he is expecting that the remaining amount 1,800 plus the simple interest 175 and 50. When this was added up, 1,975 bir and 50 cents it comes. This is the amount that is the Nebet should pay within 9 months. But what is he expecting? She wanted to pay this amount with 9 months equally. So divide 1,975 and 50 by 9 to get, therefore, monthly payment of the Nebet it will be 1,975 and 50 should be divided by number of months that she has agreed to pay and complete. She is going to pay that monthly 219 and 50 cents it comes. So this is a simple interest formula to calculate. That is a negotiation. 2,500, the total price of the electric stove, but she was not able to pay that amount. She is agreed to pay that first 700 and the rest with simple interest ratio method within 9 months it will be. So she is expected to pay 219 and 50 cents monthly for 9 months. When you are multiplying with 9, you will get an amount to be 1,975 and 50. The other one, if bir 2,000 is invested at 8% compound interest, semi-annually, that means twice in a year, every 6 months, the interest will be calculated. What is the amount in bir after 5 years? So, in this problem, we are given that principal, the amount that you have taken, it was bir 2,000. Rate, it was given R% to be equal to with 8% agreement. compounded semi-annually. How many times you are paying yearly? Every 6 months. That means 2 times in a year. 2 times. For how long you are going to use that amount? For 5 years. T will be the quality of 5. So 5 years. I think 4 informations are given. So how much birr is expected after 5 years? When you say, we have to have a formula. Amount will be equal to the principal P into 1 plus R % over N. So already to NT it comes. Rate R it gives. So what is that? P, it was equal to 2000. 1 plus R, it was equal to 8%. N, it was equal to 2. That must be. If you are using for 5 years, every year you are paying an interest 2 times. So within 5 years, you are going to pay 10 times. So what will be? Your answer for that one, it will be as follows. You will get a result, 2000 into 1 plus 8% divided by 2, 4 over 100. The exponent is 10. Why? Because you are using for 5 years. So you will get a value to be in 2000 into the power 1.04 the power of 10. What is this value? This value can be calculated using logarithm table. I mean, you have to use that, a table which is given in your textbook, or by use laws of logarithm, you can find the value 1.04 the power of 10. And when this one is simplified, I think you will get a value 5 decimal place number, and multiply it, you will get a value to be birr 2960.48 it will be. So I think today I have tried to discuss about the terms ratio, rate, proportion. We have simple interest, compound interest, and related exercise. We will see next with the other exercise. See you. Thank you.